Hey fellas, I just got back from Venom, the first of many planned Spider-Man spin-off films of the roughly 600 characters that Sony has rights to, and even though it's not the best film I've seen in a while, it's definitely not the worst either. I mean, even what people have been saying about it. And I will say this, at the very least, it's better than the Amazing Spider-Man films, I thought, and definitely thought Hollywood was better fit than Topher Grace was, and I mean, so, and they also have other ones planned featuring characters like Silver Sable, Black Cat, and many others in the War Called Rogues gallery. He, he since. So the story follows Eddie Brock as he discovers a troubling secret surrounding the Life Foundation as Herr Carlton Drake, played as my Riz Ahmed, which not only manages to drive a wedge between him and his lover, played by Michelle Williams. He also comes across an alien symbiote known as Venom, and as a result, has to deal with not only these urges inside of him, he also has to deal with everyone else wanting the symbiote after him, as well as Drake himself against the symbiote known as Riot. I don't mind they used him as an antagonist in this film, given how they don't want to blow their load too early, so to speak. I mean, since the film, which is directed by Ruben Fleischer, who previously did Zombieland, I noticed a lot of similarities between that film and this one in terms of how it blends action, horror, social commentary, and dark comedy elements. Man, it may not be quite as good as the Deadpool films in that regard, but it definitely was enjoyable for what it was, and even with all the material they ended up cutting from the film, and they spent $100 million to bring this to screen, and has been trying to get this made for years. They had some pitches in the '90s when I was younger that really made it anywhere. But I can understand that now they definitely had technology to do something like this, and oh yes, I mean, and people kept comparing it to Catwoman Silent Tone. That'll obviously be a matter for another day, but I personally don't think it was that bad at all, man. I mean, it was kind of hilarious, both intentionally and otherwise. I mean, there's really a moment when I wasn't laughing. I think what's going on. I felt like a lot of ones I saw when I was a teenager all over again. I always would not put this film on the same pedestal as, like, say, The Dark Knight or The Infinity War, but I thought it was fun overall. I mean, all since. I mean, I've seen worse ways to kill 952 minutes. That's mean, to be honest, and I mean, there's not going to be any spoilers in this review. Who, there are some big reveals for what they got planned next. If you go see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. How I mean, and whatever happens with Silver and Black, as well as this animated one they're working on, I'll just deal with that as it comes. They also want to potentially have a crossover with the main ones, and which also is consistent with their agreements. Where Sony distributes the single hero films and spin-offs, whereas Marvel will distribute the crossovers like Avengers and stuff like that. So, and despite the mediocre at best reviews, audiences seem to be much more favorable to the film. I mean, the one showing I just got back from, there were at least 40, 50 people in the theater, and they seem to enjoy it, from what I could see. I mean, and whatever happens with this Spider-Verse we're working on, hopefully it'll go somewhere further than the he failed Sinister Six set up in Amazing 2. I mean, so I give this one a solid 4 out of 5, and briefly segue into some trailer talk again. And we have the, I'm just gonna go by release date to make things easier since already out, is House of the Clock on Its Walls. I heard it was pretty good. I mean, I finally read the book, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to see it. I mean, if I did manage to get into it, I probably wouldn't be too mad about it. I mean, I will say that I do like Jack Black. It'd be interesting how Eli Roth, who's normally known for often controversial horror and action films, see how he make a kids movie. I mean, has very Spielberg, Zemeckis early kind of vibe from that. I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody, November 2nd looks promising. The second trailer, which details more of what's going on in the film, and even with the unpleasantness behind the scenes, which led to Singer leaving the project, as well as producing Legion. If and when I do my X-Men movie marathon for Dark Phoenix and New Mutants, as well as a transition to Disney owning Fox, I'll have to address that briefly. Again, I submit I will have me view the usual suspects through a different lens than I used to. I mean, Instant Family, hey, it's been done, and even though I definitely like Mark Wahlberg, I have to wonder how much they offer him for him to say yes to that script. I mean, because hopefully with Fantastic Beasts coming out in that time, it'll also be like an instant box office bomb. On that note, Crimes Grindelwald looks really intense, and as for Johnny Depp's indiscretions, I still submit to make him a more convincing villain at least. I mean, heck, the first one he made after the breakup with his Amber Heard was Black Mass, which is where he was about the infamous Mozzie Whitey Bulger, which I think was freaking terrifying on that, man. And also Pokemon Let's Go is coming out that same date as well. Oh, I mean, I got that paid off. My next priority is getting a Switch. I'm sorry about the lag on the last countdown video I made as well. And also the after processing of the other one I was working on. But I was saying getting ahead of myself. Last but definitely not least, Aquaman, December 21st, just not even Winter Solstice, which has Jason Momoa reprising his role from Justice League as Arthur Curry, who is the rightful king of Atlantis, fighting his half-brother Orm, as well as the evil Black Manta. Be interested to see what James Wan does with this one, given how he has experience with franchises such as Saw, Fast and Furious, and The Conjuring. And I can totally understand why, with how Justice League performed, that they're focusing more on these kind of movies like this, Shazam, Wonder Woman 1984. I mean, if I had to guess what they're going to do next for any more crossover films, it probably won't be until after Green Lantern Corps in 2020 earliest, for my money at least. I mean, could be fun. I also kind of like how that they're going even more insane, the infamous Superman's incarnation, and pretending more like an Atlantean demigod in human form. Or, I mean, and with Black Manta, there's also the potential Legion of Doom, like with Deathstroke's appearance in the Standard Justice League as well. I mean, and it's been hard for me to keep up with all the developments that DC's been having lately, that the changes in management as well as potential casting and projects, but I will deal with it as it comes, man. As I mentioned before, I may not be the biggest comic reader, but if they do something interesting with the script, the characters, the production, like this movie I just came back from, they usually have my $10 at least, man. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about this for now. Tell me what you thought about this movie in the comments, and I will see you all later.